Hello, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. We're going to do the weekly check-in, relationship check-in for the sign of Scorpio. We're going to get right into it. And this is all about relationships, not necessarily romantic. Can be family relationships too. I had a recent subscriber question ask me just that about one of my readings, asking me if the one of the characters I was referring to could be a family member. And it absolutely can be. Alright, so this is all about relationships, your relationships, or whatever relationship is going to be taking center stage for you Scorpios during the week of June 10th to the 17th. Alright? So let's get your two cards out for you and the energy of the other person in your relationship. Show me. Show me, Scorpio. I want to get two cards, clean, clear messages on the two energies in this relationship scenario, taking center stage. Oops. For our lovely Scorpios, June 10th to the 17th. All right. Here we go. Show me. Alright, your two cards are, it is safe for you to love and give your relationship a chance. Alright. Wow. It's safe for you to love and give your relationship a chance. So this doesn't always need to mean romantically, right? Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of love. This could be loving. It's safe to love whoever, the relationship. Could be a family member. Could be that for a long time you had issues with an aunt or a parent and you felt like it wasn't safe to love them or be close to them. And now this could be referring to them. Here as well, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Again, doesn't have to be a romantic partnership, right? But these are the two cards for the two energies in your life this week, my lovely Scorpios, all right? Let's get your cards out and see what's going on for you. June 10th to 17th. I've already been meditating, shuffling your cards for quite some time, Scorpio, so we don't need to shuffle for too long. Give me a nice clear reading for our lovely Scorpios for June 10th to the 17th. Show me. Relationship, wow, Hermit. So that's how you're feeling this week, right? I don't know if you're ready to be in a relationship. You're still feeling quite like in your own zone. You're feeling very Hermit energy. King of Swords, Nine of Cups, and a Fool. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, Three of Swords, and 10 of Pentacles. All right. Bottom of the deck is Ace of Swords. Wow. All right. So, yeah, Scorpio, you're not quite ready. That might be why these two cards have come up. You're not quite ready. You're still feeling very solitary, insular, meditative, spiritual. You're still trying to work something out for yourself. You're on a personal journey right now. And I'm not sure that you are ready to really share your life with somebody just yet. You've also gotten quite used to this, so be careful, right? Nines can also indicate sometimes getting stuck and being alone, getting stuck in you being used to being alone. Because, once you get comfortable being on your own, it is then also very hard to let somebody in. You then start to have very unrealistic kind of criteria for someone to pass in order for you to give up your comfort that you found in kind of only ever having to answer to yourself. At the expense of not being, with someone else, at the expense of not being in a committed relationship, which can be so rewarding. However, You don't always feel that, right, Scorpio? Sometimes you feel like, well, I'm rewarding enough for me, right? So, yeah, you see yourself right now, Scorpio. You're kind of like on your grind. You're on a. I feel like you do feel kind of like you're a warrior right now, but almost for yourself. You're feeling very independent. You know, the soul warrior, the guy or girl who's on her own path. You know, you're not necessarily in that I want to take a boyfriend or girlfriend vibe right now. You know, King of Swords is kind of like the hero, the protector. He's getting through life with his sword. You know, he's vanquishing people with his kind of like his ability to outsmart them, outthink them, outbattle them, right? But, you know, this kind of character doesn't always necessarily have a mate, right? The King of Swords isn't always looking for the Queen of Swords, right? That's just his energy, right? Whereas the King of Cups can sometimes be looking for their mate because it's the King of Cups. He's all about relationships and being, being in a coupled relationship. King of Swords isn't always like that. And so right now, yeah, that's kind of how you are. You're pretty proud of the relationships you've already like managed to accumulate, your friendships and family relationships, but you still, again, this is another 9. You're still separated from them. You know, you still feel kind of like apart from them. You know, like you haven't been able to quite integrate yourself. Like, you know what I mean? You haven't gotten that, I'm going to say like this with them, you know? You may be one of these people who's very popular. You may have a lot of people that you know over the years, or a lot of friends that you've collected. Relationships could be as well, that you've had a lot of even lovers over the years, right? But you see them kind of as something to be proud of more so. You are certainly separated. And you may or may not realize for yourself that you're still kind of isolated, that there hasn't been a kind of, you know, union as such with a lot of them, that the way you want it. Now, this is how you see it, but I'm not sure if that's the way you want it, Scorpio, right? Because here's the Fool. The way what you're looking for in a relationship is a sorry about that. I'm in the city, so I have motorcycles going by. What the way you feel about your relationship, though, is kind of interesting here. It's a Fool, and fools talk about a new journey, new opportunity, but also taking a leap of faith. You might be coming out of that mood a little bit, right? You might be willing now to embrace some of that. It's safe to love and give your relationship, or I would rather say, give a relationship a chance. Right now, your person, whoever it is you're dealing with, because Scorpio, these readings are for people who are and aren't in relationships, but you're certainly dealing with somebody. You're not away in a cave somewhere. So the person that you're dealing with, whoever you're going to be, whoever you are interacting with, that's going to take center stage for the week, that person very much is also quite independent. They're not necessarily, this could be like a friend with benefits, you know, it could be, because I do get a hint of a sexual relationship here, right? Of a kind of, at the very least, a peer relationship, a friendship, right? I don't see this being a family relationship necessarily. Could be, again, but just my instinct is that this is kind of geared towards like a friendship, or maybe a friendship with benefits type of scenario. This person is very lucky, feels very lucky in love. They're very carefree. They have very Sagittarian energy as well, Wheel of Fortune, very Jupiter energy, Jupiter energy. And they see themselves as kind of like, yeah, I'll see. I'll see who, maybe this will work out, maybe it won't. They're not very, they're not like just pining away for you necessarily. They don't necessarily want a commitment, right? They're kind of not sure what's going to happen. All right, and that's how they're presenting. Now, if this relationship is taking center stage this week, then for whatever reason, your relationship with them is taking center stage in your mind. So it could be that now you may be starting to feel like you want to do a little bit more with this. You're ready to take on a bit more of an adventure with this person. And you may start this week, I think, come forward, maybe, or just broach the issue. And they're kind of coming across like, yeah, sure, we can try it. If it works out, it works out. If not, there'll be something else going on out there, They see themselves in a kind of very, they're not needy. They don't need you, and they don't need a relationship with anyone. And that could almost be turning you on even more, Scorpio, just because of your nature. That could be bringing you in a bit more to them and considering, giving something deeper, giving a relationship of a deeper nature a chance with them because of their kind of carefree attitude, their carefree Jupiter kind of attitude. And you're like, you don't feel that pressure, right? The way they see you, though, is I think they see you as a possible heartbreaker. I think they see that, you're not committed. They see that, there's not really a lot of commitment there from you, They're feeling like this about themselves, which is Wheel of Fortune, but interesting. See, so this is the card that how they see themselves, how they see you in the relationship, right? So they see themselves as very lucky, but it's interesting that when they, in terms of how they see you, it's very three of swords. So it's like, it's not so much like that they're in love with you and you don't love them back and so they're heartbroken, but it's more like they're not sure if they can really trust that you're being sincere when you talk to them. It could be that, because you've been so kind of like flaky and aloof in terms of like, and I don't want to mean flaky like you're crazy, Scorpio, or anything like that, but you've been kind of like hot and cold with them, right? You may have, right? It may be, like I say, a friends with benefits type of scenario. Or it could just be that you're just friends, right? And that they may have at one point been looking at you like romantic, and then it always keeps getting shot down because you keep friend zoning them, right? And so that's how they see this. They see this as something that's not necessarily going to work out for them. That they're just going to end up, you know what I mean? You're not going to commit to them, and they're going to end up being hurt. And I think that that's also a reason why they're taking on this kind of carefree Wheel of Fortune attitude. This kind of like, who knows what happens? I'm going to leave it up to fate. I'm not going to get myself all worked up about it. They see a relationship, they do see that a relationship, if they fantasize about a relationship with you, they certainly see like the whole package. They see, wow, this could be a great kind of Bonnie and Clyde relationship, in terms of where you both are like doing well, and you have abundance together, and you're on this kind of like really cool like family journey, right? Ten of Pentacles is excellent for relationships. It's everything. It's the cake and eating it too. And that's certainly how they see the possibility of a relationship with you. But they're not going to open up their heart because they see that you are still very much into your own. You're not coming hard towards them. You're not coming with any kind of real commitment. You're not showing them that you're in love with them in any kind of real way. So it's like, yeah, and it could be that this week you guys are hooking up or hanging out, but this issue is going to come up, Scorpio. I think this issue is going to come up with your person, and it's going to be like, look, shit or get off the pot. Like, I think at some point, something's got to come to a head here because it's obviously coming up in the reading. So it's like either you're ready now, and I see you're kind of ready. They want happy. They want a happily ever after with whoever they're with. And you're kind of, it could be that you're finally ready to just be like, you know what am I doing? I'm like just wallowing I'm just on my own. I'm used to being on my own. I'm Mr. Pragmatic, I'm Mr. Logical, Scorpio. But maybe I should just take a leap of faith with this person because maybe I do care for them. There's a feeling there that I do care for them. Maybe I do love them. It is safe for you to love. Sometimes if you hold yourself back from love, you don't even know you're in love with somebody because you haven't even allowed yourself to consider it. You've kind of just assumed, I'm not in love with them. But the truth of the matter is you keep going back to them, or you two keep getting drawn to each other because you do love each other, So it's like This whole issue is going to take center stage, and it's just going to be something that's going to have to be dealt with, Scorpio. Give me a clear reading on the clarity here with Scorpio this week, with this relationship, this person. This is certainly for Scorpio who've been on their own for quite some time. You've certainly been alone for a while. Okay, Scorpios, you've been in your hermit mode for a while. And it's really like one of the reasons why you've been so kind of like pulling back from your relationships. You know, show me. Scorpio, June 10th. For relationships, let's see. 10 of Cups, wow. 2 of Pentacles, juggling, and 5 of Cups. Yeah, you're worried that you're going to be disappointed, Scorpio, or be hurt. Hierophant and a Magician. All right. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords. So there's a lot of completion, a lot of like clear closing karmic circles here. You know, 10 of Swords is like a death of the old, Scorpio. I think you're changing, you're realizing you want to move forward. 3 of Wands towards harmony. Look at that, 4 of Wands. You want love too. You're ready to move forward. I think you're done with the old you that's kind of been holding you back, Scorpio. 10 of Cups here. Yeah, you see yourself as this guy, but you want like love. You want to be in love. Maybe you do want your Queen of Swords. Maybe you're tired of being the King of Swords on his own, just vanquishing and getting through life and being this like, you know, very fiery, airy character, you know, who's just conquering, right? You're ready to kind of like have a complete set. 10 of, you know, a lot of 10s here. 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. You want something complete, Scorpio. And you want to see yourself in this scenario for sure. You're feeling, you're juggling right now. You're balancing 2 different points of view with your person, right? Again, this is how you see your person. Like I said, yeah, you see your relationships. You're pretty proud of the ones that you've cultivated, and whether they're a lot of little flings or just all of your friendships that you have with people or whatever, you know, you still feel like you're kind of like the man. Also, what I mean is like the kind of guy who has flings, you know, you have a lot of friends with benefits or flings with people and you guys remain friends. You know what I mean? That kind of like, that kind of pride. Like, yeah, you know, I'm cool with all the ladies I date, or I'm cool with all the women that I date, men that I date that are friends with men. You know, I don't have a problem with them. They don't have a problem with me. We respect each other. And so you're kind of proud of that kind of status, but there's still a loneliness there, right? And so here you go as well. It's like you're thinking about your other person. You're really juggling the two, right? You're kind of juggling the idea of being with this person finally and taking it to the next step, or continuing on with this kind of carefree attitude. You know, it's 2 lives, 2 extreme lives, and it's like you're trying to balance them both or have both of them, and I think you're going to realize you just can't. Why are you holding back? Because you have been really hurt before, Scorpio. Yeah, you've been really hurt before, and I think that this is the main reason why you're just unwilling to completely let yourself go like the fool. You just don't, like, it was so painful to go through that last one, the last, whatever that major breakup was, or last couple of major breakups were. You know, it just could be that it was just so devastating to a certain degree for you to have to to pick yourself up after, especially if there was more than one, to have to pick yourself up after 1 or 2 like major breakups like that, that you just don't, you're afraid. It's that simple. Even Scorpios get afraid. And your person down here, yeah, your person is looking at, you know, it's interesting because you might have a chance of losing this person if you don't get your shit together, Scorpio, to a certain degree, because they are looking at Ace of Pentacles. They're about to have a lot of abundance come in. They're about to have a lot of good fortune coming in. They have a very carefree, positive attitude towards life. They're not allowing themselves to fall for you because they can see all of this going on with you, right? They know, see, Hierophant is here to clarify. They know how this goes. They're not going to let themselves open up to you. They want commitment. If you're not prepared to commit, if you're not prepared to, be like really show commitment to them, they're not going to open up their heart to you, Scorpio. You're just not going to get that person. And that's fine too, because it doesn't necessarily show me here that you're so in love with this person, but this person is in your life for a reason. And you're going back to them, continually for a reason. So remember, it's like I said earlier, it's like shit or get off the pot. It's safe for you to love. Give your relationship a chance before you lose it. If you care for this person, and it's not necessarily shows that you do care so deeply, right? But surely something's going on because you're really afraid to be hurt by this person. So somewhere in there, they have the ability, or at least you believe they have the ability to hurt you very badly. So it could be, you could see, it can be Scorpios that you're holding yourself back. And Scorpios do this sometimes. You're holding yourself back from somebody that if you let yourself really truly go for, that you will be so passionate about and so in love with that you just couldn't bear the thought of them hurting you. And that's just a risk you're going to have to take to get what you want, right, Scorpio? I mean, that's really down to you if you're willing to take that risk. But, we all get hurt, and I can't tell you what to be afraid of and what not to be afraid of. A lot of people are like, well, go for it. I don't know that. Fuck. If heartbreak is something you can't handle right now, then don't, you know what I mean? Like, that's up to you. You have to decide how much heartbreak you're willing to deal with and what you're willing what you think is worth it, what kind of love you think is worth it, and all of that. It's not for me to say. However, that's what it seems like is happening here. It's if anything, that's stopping you, it's not because this person doesn't care per se. It's because you're afraid. You haven't really given this situation a chance to find out how much they really care, right? You've kind of held them at a distance. And they're manifesting their relationships right now. They got 10 of Pentacles, and they're able to manifest what they want. So again, the Magician is coming up for them. So if you don't come in, they will leave and manifest the relationship somewhere else. You know what I mean? This person has got a lot going on for them right now, Scorpio. I mean, this is just how it comes across. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm saying that you absolutely are incredible, Scorpio. You have a lot going on too. I mean, this person is worth it, They're worth it because they do have a lot going on. They are, exciting, and you do have a great time with them, clearly, but this is certainly to me a situation that if you don't take the opportunity, Ace of Swords, Ace of Discs as well. There's a lot of opportunities coming in, but if you don't take the opportunity to take a victory, Ace of Swords talks about communication and it brings a victory. I think right now you need to take a victory and talk to this person, if you want them, and not be afraid. Give it a chance, right? If you see you could find yourself loving them, fine. Now, I'll tell you another way to think of it, which may help you make up your mind. Do you believe you will ever find a person like this again? Do you believe that by the time that you're ready, right, to kind of face your fears, your fear of being hurt, right, and being brave and going for it, do you feel that by the time you get to that level that you're going to find another person like this? Because I believe with Scorpios in general, they are very particular about who they care for to begin with. So you've clearly already put the time in to do your vetting process of this person. You clearly already trust them, or else you wouldn't be so, like I say, you wouldn't be so worried about their ability to possibly hurt you. So you've already, you know what I mean? So again, I ask you, do you think you're going to find somebody else like this again? Because this, in order to get close to you to begin with, they can't be a regular dime a dozen individual. So that's something for you to think about. All right, Scorpio? Now, if you feel like you can find another person like this again later on, and that you don't feel like you're missing out on a good opportunity here to be with kind of like your Bonnie or your Clyde, great. But if you feel like, hang on a second, this could be my Clyde or this could be my Bonnie, then I suggest you at least try and have this conversation, All right, guys, so that's it. Nice, short and sweet, 24 minutes. Not too bad. I love you, Scorpio, so much. This is for the week of June 10th to the 17th. If you like this or it resonated with you, please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell. Don't forget to check out readings for your other signs, moon, rising, Venus, right? And, of course, do your cross-watching for your lover. So for now, I'm just going to tell you guys I love you so much and have a wonderful June week. Bye-bye, Scorpios.